Hi, welcome to Daily Zohar. So we're continuing talking about the tabernacle and everything that went on in the tabernacle, the sacrifices, etc. So one of the most important aspects of the tabernacle was the altar. And on the altar itself, called the Mizbeach, there was a constant fire that was burnt. And the verses tell us that although the fire was, the mitzvah is that it should consistently be lit, there is a commandment that the Kohanim, that the Kohen used to bring logs of wood every single morning, and it's called baboker in the morning, early in the morning, they would make sure that this fire would not extinguish. And the verse is Va'esh ala mizbeach tukado, that the fire should be connected, should be one, tukad, should be standing on the Mizbeach. So the question which is asked in the Zohar by Rabbi Acha is twofold. One question is, why is it that the Kohen specifically is the one that brings these logs of wood, and therefore is in charge of making sure that there is fire on the Mizbeach? And the question really on a deeper level, according to the Zohar, is as follows. That fire represents Gevura, represents strictness, and Kohanim are from the side of Chesed, they're from the side of kindness, of loving kindness. So how could it be that the Kohen who's in charge of Chesed is the one that is igniting the Gevura, is igniting the strictness? That's the first question. And then the second question is, why do we need a fire on the Mizbeach? Why do we need to have a consistent fire on the Mizbeach? Why can't it be intermittent fires? Why does it have to be this consistent fire that's there? Ella, so the Zohar tells us, Hachi ulifna bar nash de'ati lemechte kame mare, that we learn that a person that ignites a fire in front of his master, referring to God, what he does is, hu okid garme b'shalhivuta diyetzahara, that the truth is that the person himself or herself is the one that's igniting this fire of the Yetzirah within them. Because any level of a mistake, of a sin, or is really ignited by the person themselves. It could be a mistake, and it could be, right, a person is not really charged, right, and is, we can't really blame a person for every single thing that they do wrong, but most things are actually ignited by us, and we're the ones that bring it on. The Yetzirah, and the Yetzirah, which is called the spirit of negativity that's within us, is called misitra de ruach. That comes from a level of a desire of ruach. Misava ka'asya shaya be'ruach misava. And within this spirit is a spirit of negativity, the spirit of impurity, which actually causes a person to want to cling onto to more and more negativity. And this is something which is psychology speaks about a lot. How if we don't, if a person doesn't change their psyche, then there could be a domino effect, because one thing is going to lead to another, and is going to lead to another, and therefore a person is snowballing to plummet all the way down. And there's a need to actually put a stop to it, and the stop to it is really this change of frame of mind. Ulezimnin, so the Zohar tells us, Ishtomadan korbane de asyan mehai sitra, and sometimes these sacrifices are brought from this side, from the side of the desire, right, from that place, and that's the idea of taking the sacrifice, and to put it on the altar in a place which is similar to where the sin came from. The only way that this fire, the fire of the Yitzhar, the fire of the negativity within, could be fixed, is if that fire is placed within another fire, and that's the fire on the mizbeach. Because that fire has the power to singe out and to really exterminate any level of negativity of the negative fire that's within, is all consumed within the fire that was on the mizbeach. And therefore, v'chahana beda itkevan letakna esha, and the Kohen and the Kohanim that come from the side of chesed, that come from the side of kindness, are the ones that have to put these logs of wood and really prepare this fire to allow the fire of negativity to be consumed. Why? And the reason for that is because the Kohanim are the ones that come from the side of kindness, and it has to come from the side of kindness in order to burn out, to extinguish this side of negativity, because negativity can't fight with negativity. There's expression fire. You can't fight fire with fire, but apparently you could fight fire with the fire of kindness, of holiness, and that fire of holiness is something which was set forth, which is set up by the Kohanim. And therefore there is a special commandment in the Torah that this fire is not allowed to be extinguished. This fire on the Mizbech has to be an ongoing fire. And this power of the Mizbech can never be weakened. Because this has to break the other strength of the negativity of the other side. Therefore, this commandment is that the fire shall never be extinguished. And therefore, the Kohanim set it up. When do they specifically set it up? In the morning, because the morning represents the time of kindness. In terms of our daytime, the morning represents the day, the part of the day that we're most fresh, and that there's possibilities ahead of us. And usually in the afternoon, we've been through a good chunk of the day, and that's a time of gevura. That's a time more of strictness and therefore the time for setting up the fire on the mizbech was specifically in the morning. Begin the vasma alma. In order to sweeten the judgments which are in the world through the fire of chesed on the mizbech. And then through this, there is no negativity which comes forth into the world. And that we learned their expression that there's a fire that can consume another fire. The fire up on high, achla esha achara, consumes the lower fire. Esha de midbacha, achla esha achara. And the fire of the mizbech consumes, the fire of chesed consumes the fire of the other side. And therefore this fire cannot be extinguished forever. And it's the Kohanim who set it up each and every day. So to extract a personal lesson for us, we have also within us this fire of desire for things which are not healthy for us, things which are negative, and will set us up on a negative course if we adhere and if we listen to that fire. It could be food, it could be excess of many things. And how does a person really overcome that fire? And the answer is, we know that there's a fire that we have is the fire of Torah. And the fire of Torah, and specifically the fire of the inner Torah, when a person learns and a person meditates and brings upon the fire of the inner Torah within him or her, so then that is the fire of the Mizbeach, that's the fire of the altar that tranquils, extinguishes the fire of the negative desire that one has, and it becomes transformed, becomes uplifted for the side of holiness, for the side of Kedusha. So may we all merit to utilize that power, the power of Torah, the power of holiness, and to be like the Kohanim that place those logs in the morning. And again, the morning time is also specifically auspicious time for us to, before we do whatever we do in terms of work, etc., to take a little bit of time and to study Torah. And that fire is the fire on the Mizbeach that we place at the beginning of the day, and that has the power to take us through the entire day on a very good course. And may we all merit to live with that holy fire throughout the entire day. Wishing everybody a good day and blessings from Tzfat.